first time I did drink, I was about 15 years old, and it was at my friend's house. Her parents were hosting a New Year's Eve party, so all the adults were upstairs having their fun, and her mom was there was a few of us downstairs, and her mom was like, okay, you guys can have like 2 drinks each. So she gave us some, and but we snuck down a bottle of vodka, and we finished that as well, and it was fun. I've never drank before at that point. And just like hearing all the adults have fun, and we never got out of control. So I just thought that's how it was when you drank. I didn't realize that you can black out and stuff like that. So to me, it was just like, oh, this is great. I can see why it's so appealing to everyone. My name is Mishelle. I am from Inuvik originally, but I've been living here in Yellowknife for about 6 years. I run a day home, and I've been doing that for almost 5 years now, and also just being a stay-at-home mom with my son. I remember one time me and my friends would be sitting around, and we'd each bring our own bottle of whatever we wanted, and it would be hard alcohol, but we would all share though, but it was like, okay, well, if we're all sharing, we have to finish, because then it's fair that everyone contributed the same amount. So yeah, I don't know what we were thinking back then, but that was kind of what it was sometimes. So I thought it was normal that we would, once you're a teenager, you experiment and start drinking and trying weed, because they just made it seem like it was such a common thing in those teen movies and stuff like that. So I just naturally thought that's what you do. When I was younger, it was just we don't drink, and we never talked about it. They never told me about being responsible about it. It was just no, you're underage, you just don't do it. But of course, being a curious teen, you still try things anyways, regardless of the consequences. And yeah, so they would start getting mad at me, and then as a young adult, when I was 18, 19, 20, sometimes I'd run out of money before the next payday, and I'd be like, oh, Dad, I need to borrow this amount of money, or I couldn't pay rent or whatever. And so they were getting frustrated with me about that as well. So, and I just didn't like those vibes. So I was just well, maybe I should just try to smarten up a bit, but still figure out how to have fun, right? So I decided to become a bartender. At least that way I could still be around the crowd, but not necessarily drink. And then I was still making money on the side, so that was a little bonus. And yeah, we're not supposed to drink on the job, but we all did once in a while too, just random shots here. So but yeah, I think about 25 is when I realized, maybe I should start getting a little bit more serious about my life. I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to have kids or whatever, but I was if I did, at least I'm on the path to being a better parent and living a sober life for them, and just getting everything to get my crap together. I got pregnant at 27, and I had my son, so I wasn't drinking then. And then the first time I did decide to have a drink, he was about 2 months old, and my parents were watching him. But I was in Inuvik for my mat leave, so I had them to watch him if I wanted to go out for a bit. And then when I moved back to Yellowknife, I didn't have that. And there was a program that I saw with Dene Wellness for counselors, and for that to be eligible, you have to be 1 year sober. And when I saw the program, I was already about 2 months was the last time I had a drink at that point. So I was just well, okay, I'll just quit for the year. And then COVID happened, so I wasn't able to enter the program, but I decided just to stay sober anyways. I like to make earrings right now, and I've been doing that for about since COVID hit. So my day home slowed down quite drastically, so I had time to just pick up the beading, and so that's what I've been doing to just keep my mind at ease. In those small communities, I can see that it's a little bit more scary, just because there's not a lot to do sometimes, most of the time, and you've grown up with these people as well all your life, and if everyone's doing it, then if you decide not to, you are kind of alone in a way, because you're trying to do something else with your time, but no one else might be participating with you. So I guess some people would just rather continue than be alone in that aspect as well. You need to be more understanding towards everyone, because we all come from different walks of life, and you may have grown up in the same community as someone else, but lived a totally different lifestyle, or like your household ran different than someone else's, and because of that, another person might just they might not be able to handle like their booze or whatever substance they decide to choose, and it could just really it causes a lot of judgment sometimes, and that doesn't help the person who's suffering and who needs the support.